Stormy conditions are expected from northern Florida to eastern New England, with high water along the coast. Elsa swept ashore along the Gulf Coast of northern Florida late Wednesday morning, buffeting the area with tropical storm conditions. Next, it is set to ride much of the eastern seaboard. Tropical storm watches are in effect as far north as the Chesapeake Bay, Delmarva Peninsula, and New Jersey shore. Heavy rains, which could lead to flooding, strong winds, and a few tornadoes, are possible from the southeast to the mid-Atlantic through Thursday night, with the nation's third landfalling tropical storm of the season in no hurry to make a courteous exit. By Friday, the storm's wind and rain are expected to lash the northeast. At 11 a.m. Eastern Time, the National Hurricane Center declared the storm was making landfall in Taylor County along the northern Florida Gulf Coast. Elsa was centered 65 miles north-northwest of Cedar Key, Fla, or about 115 miles west-southwest of Jacksonville. Maximum winds were estimated at 65 miles per hour by the National Hurricane Center, as the storm drifted north at 14 miles per hour. The system's tropical storm status marked a decline from its earlier stint as a marginal Category 1 hurricane on Tuesday night as it paralleled the west coast of Florida, but strong winds and flooding remain possible with the storm regardless. The Hurricane Center is warning that considerable flash and urban flooding are possible across coastal Georgia and the low country of South Carolina as Elsa moves north through Wednesday. Alerts in effect. Tropical storm warnings cover much of Florida's Big Bend region, from around Spring Hill, which is north of Tampa Bay, to the coastal zone south of Tallahassee. Farther north, tropical storm warnings have also been hoisted for the Georgia and South Carolina coastline, including Charleston and Savannah. A tropical storm watch stretches along the coastline of North Carolina through the Virginia Tidewater, up the Chesapeake Bay, and all along the Delmarva and into coastal New Jersey. Radar shows heavy rain north and east of Cedar Key, extending through Gainesville and Jacksonville. Radar estimated over 5 inches of rain just to the north of Cedar Key west of Cross City, Fla, where a flash flood warning is in effect. Farther north, a heavy rain band pinwheeling around Elsa's circulation crossed the border into southern Georgia. Near the storm's core in the Big Bend area, Doppler radar detected winds up to around 70 miles per hour at 9,500 feet altitude as it approached the coast, meaning slightly lesser gusts were probably making it down to the surface. Some individual thunderstorms near Elsa's center had blossomed to more than 55,000 feet tall. As it made landfall, the storm pushed ocean water into the coast, raising water levels. In Tampa Bay, a 2.3-foot surge was reported shortly before 8 a.m., with 1.6 feet of surge at nearby Port Manatee and at Clearwater Beach. Just over a foot of surge was observed at Cedar Key. Elsa dropped considerable rainfall on the west coast of Florida and in the Florida Keys on Tuesday and Tuesday night, including 4.5 inches at the airport in Key West and 3.5 inches farther east on Little Torch Key. More than half a foot came down in Cape Coral, just north of Fort Myers, while 10.08 inches was recorded in Northport, southeast of Sarasota. A 70 miles per hour wind gust was also logged on Key West at midday Tuesday. Florida forecast. A broad 3 to 6 inches of rain, with localized 9-inch amounts, are possible in northern Florida, along with wind gusts to 40 to 60 miles per hour within Elsa's core in coastal areas. These gusts could topple trees and cut power. In the interior of northern Florida, gusts to 30 to 50 miles per hour are possible near the storm center. Strong gusty southerly winds buffeting the west coast of Florida will continue to push a storm surge into the coast through Wednesday afternoon. The Hurricane Center estimates that a surge of 3 to 5 feet may accompany landfall in the Big Bend region, but sparse and widely spaced tide gauges make real-time monitoring difficult. Thunderstorms embedded within the storm's rain bands could spawn a few twisters, especially to the north of the storm center, and a tornado watch is in effect for northeastern Florida into southeastern Georgia until 1 p.m. Wednesday. After departing from Florida, Elsa will steam through southeastern Georgia on Wednesday afternoon and come up Interstate 95 in the Carolinas through Thursday afternoon from south to north. However, some uncertainty exists about how far inland Elsa's core remnants track. A widespread 2 to 4 inches of rain with isolated 6-inch totals are possible from southeastern Georgia into the low country of South Carolina, along with wind gusts over 40 miles per hour and surviving squalls. The heaviest will fall closest to Elsa's actual path. A 1 to 2 foot storm surge is also possible near the coast, which could lead to minor flooding, along with a few isolated tornadoes. Rainfall may decrease slightly in eastern North Carolina, with totals of 1 to 3 inches projected. Similar conditions will occur in southeastern Virginia and the Tidewater on Thursday, particularly during the evening. Elsa's projected path also means the Delmarva Peninsula would likely wind up with 1 to 3 inches of rain Thursday night into early Friday, along with strong winds and coastal rip currents. Some computer models even bring Elsa's remnants to the nation's capital, which could lead to an inch or so of rainfall if the core of the rain expands that far west. Conditions should improve in the mid-Atlantic during the day Friday. Northeast. On Friday morning, the center of Elsa should be just off Long Island, with wind-swept rain from the coast of New Jersey into southern New England. Depending on the track, the Interstate 95 corridor from New York to Boston could see 1 to 3 inches or rain, but lesser amounts if the storm's path is a bit farther east. Isolated flooding is possible. Wind gusts could top 40 or even 50 miles per hour along the coast. By Friday afternoon, Elsa may be buffeting eastern New England, bringing a dose of wind, rain and perhaps minor surge to Buzzards and Narragansett Bays. Elsa will then probably visit Nova Scotia this weekend as a post-tropical storm.